Hey guys, welcome to another video. So have you ever made a website or an app and you want to show it to your friend over the internet through their phone? So you copy this localhost link and share it to your friend, but then they ran into an error. It says that their browser can't access the server. This is because there's workflow, for example, this N8N workflow is only accessible through this local machine, hence the name localhost. Okay, so now we move on to setting up ngrok. So to set up ngrok, first need to install it. So it says here in their website that the most secure experience, so the recommended way of installing ngrok is through the Microsoft Store. So we just head to the Microsoft Store, just search ngrok, and as you can see, I've already installed mine. And you just need to wait for it to install. Then after that, let's head back to their website. There we go. After installing, we should head back to the website and then sign up for a free account. Then head to the setup and installation, scroll down, and you should see this command which has your auth token. So I think I'm gonna hide mine because you should treat your auth token as a password. So copy this command, then open up your terminal, then paste it right here, then run. So I'm not gonna run mine because I've already configured it. So and but after that, your ngrok should be good to go actually. When you first open up ngrok, this is what you're gonna see, and to start tunneling, we just need a simple command. So you just scroll down, then type ngrok http 5678. So 5678 because this is the default port that N8N is running on. Just hit enter, and then you'll see all these kinds of info, account update, version, and other stuff. But then you'll see here forwarding, and you see this link and then your local host. So forwarding means creating a tunnel that maps this public URL to a service running on your local machine, localhost 5678, which we will actually set up in Docker in just a while. Okay, so after setting up ngrok, we're now going back to the VS Code where we're gonna set up our N8N instance. So pretty basic stuff actually. I've already discussed some of it in my previous video. So first is indicate the image. So I chose 1.111.0, but you can choose your own version or tag. Then for the container name, I just chose this simple container name, and then the environment. So I'm used to setting up these three environment variables, so the time zone, and then for this one, the N8N enforce settings file permissions equals true. So this just indicates that N8N will give read and write permissions only to the owner. Then the next environment variables are very important because we are now doing tunneling. um, First is the webhook URL. So this manually sets the webhook URL so N8N displays the correct public URL in the editor and registers it with the external services. Next is the N8N host, sets the host name N8N runs on, and the N8N protocol, which tells N8N to generate HTTPS links, and then the N8N editor base URL sets the public URL for the editor UI, used also for emails and redirect URLs. Then finally, the N8N proxy hops equals 1 tells N8N it's behind one reverse proxy, which ngrok in this case, so it correctly interprets forward headers and generates the right URLs. Then I've discussed this in the previous video, the ports and the volumes. So next, we're just gonna use this command docker compose p. So this just indicates the actual container name or the project name. So if you don't set this up, it will be defaulted to the container name you indicated here. Then next, the file name to run, which is n8n.yaml, up, hit enter. Okay, so that took quite a while. So, but it's now finished. It says here that the editor is now accessible via the link we provided, um, which in this link you can actually, I believe I forgot to mention it, but you can get this link in your ngrok page. You can just search it in your I believe it's in the profile or the wait, no, I think it is in the auth token page. You can see this link, but I'll check, and if not, I'm gonna include it in the link. So we can go back to Docker so we can check, and it says right here that the project is already running. So we can go to the link. So as you've noticed, it's not localhost anymore. So we now have a public link here that we can use and share it with our friends. Okay, so now I'll check if it actually works and you can share this N8N link to your friends and they will not run into a server error. So maybe I'll make just a simple form. Include a title. I'll include demo. Form description. We can skip that. And I believe this will already work if we just had a title. Share this test URL link, then execute this step. Okay, so I'm now on my iPad and I've entered the link. So when you first enter the link into your browser, you'll be redirected to this warning page. So you just click the visit site button. And as you can see, our N8N form is now working. So it doesn't contain much because we haven't configured it yet. But yeah, you can share it now to other people and they won't run into a server error. I hope that helps, guys. See you in the next video.